In a day, you are constricting it for a number of times. Thousands of time it is getting constricted, thousands of time it is. Some people, some of us are always in the habit of getting into anxiety. Oh my God, what will happen? What will happen? And they are, I have seen many drivers. I always, as a psychologist, I observe with the driving habits. I also ask people on the road when people are driving from their driving habit, I have an estimation that how anxious they are. You know, you will have to cut from left, go to right. No, he's cutting from going from left to right. That is fine. But what is happening to his body or her body? The muscles, the arteries are constricting. It is increasing the pressure, and by that it is constricting, and it is constricting and getting back more frequently. You are putting it under pressure, lot of pressure. So after some time, what will happen? You use elastic band. If you use the elastic band, if you do the stretching and stretching and squeeze, what will happen after some time to the elastic?
It will lose its elasticity. It will not regain it to its original size.
Ma'am, exactly, ma'am. It will lose its elasticity. Same thing happens to the heart. The arteries. It will lose elasticity and it will become constricted like this. On the right side, you see one artery, constricted artery. It will remain like that. It will not get back to, and then plaques will start forming. And after that, what will happen?
Blood pressure increases.
You go measure and you will find that BP. Oh, my BP has increased. What should I do? I will take pills, and doctors will, of course, will prescribe you some medicine, and you will have to take it. And when it gets worse, maybe there will be an attack when the blood flow is restricted, constricted, or stopped. Then you have your usual cardiac problem. And it may be fatal sometimes. Now, question: if you have a problem, can we solve it? Yes or no? If yes, then why worry? If you cannot solve problem, it is beyond your control. It is good. I think I have got a very good here. Very good responses. One, Akshay Das is saying that little stress is good. Yes, I will come back to that. But what is little and what is not little, we'll discuss. And how a big stress can be converted into little stress. Then Professor Ravindra Gawali has given a very nice thing, and thank you, sir, for sharing this. If you have problem, can you solve it? Yes or no? If yes, then why to worry? If you cannot solve problem, it is beyond your control, then what is the point in worrying? Yes. It's very nice, sir, but how do we do it? It comes naturally. Like any coordinator of a program, like Dr. Panda was anxious. Any coordinator, I would have been. It's naturally come. My God, what will happen? This professor will go on talking, and what will happen to the next session? Stress management will not be done. Yes, that's a very natural. It comes naturally. For example, Dr. Gawali. Dr. Gawali, are you do you drive to work or ride a motorcycle or any vehicle you drive regularly? Ravindra Gawali, I am Dr. Ravindra Gawali. That's am I audible?
Sir, he's speaking. Yes, he is driving. That he has written in the chat box.
Actually, okay, I cannot get staying calm, giving time, relax, analyze any problem, hasty thing. No, but what happens? You are driving on the road or on a highway, and suddenly you see at a distance a cow coming in. What happens to you? Suddenly the cow comes in. You see at a distance. There has to be a stress, and it comes automatically. You cannot undo that, and that stress is required because you are stressed. You will immediately look for the brake and break it. The car will come to a stop. It will not get into. Yes, suddenly we get scared. You will have to be. So that is also has a functional role. But we need to, and that's what I'll be talking about today, that what we do to manage it properly. The stress will be there. You see, as long as we live, as long as the life is there, stress will be there. There's at no point in time that life will be stress free. There has to be, and stress is actually good because we grow, and I will talk about that. Many people say that stress is bad. In fact, there was a person called Hans Selye who coined the term stress in psychological sense, not as in physics, but in psychology. He was a doctor, he's a medical doctor. He found that he was the person who talked about this cardiac problem related to stress. He made the mice sing every time in a jar. And he felt that then he saw that the mice were able to, mice developed cardiac issues, cardiac problems. So he related stress with cardiac problems. But much later, people started doing research. They said, no, this does not operate like this. This person, Hans Selye, was Sandhya, do you want to say something?
No, sir, sorry.
Yeah. So, he said that other researchers much later said, no, he was forcing the rats to drown, and so rats were experiencing stress. But there is a difference between human beings and rats. Humans can think. Their cognition is much stronger. They can reprogram their mind. They can think about their thinking. Maybe rats can't do that. And later on, researchers found a very interesting thing. And that is, whenever we are under stress, certain chemicals are secreted by them. These chemicals, their job is to help us grow, save us from problems so that the body does not experience problems. So one is oxytocin, but there are other chemicals. And we broadly, very in a layman's style, we group them, we call them the happy chemicals. There was a great scientist, she was a pharmacologist, Dr. Candace Pert. Unfortunately, she is no more with us. She passed away. And Dr. Candace Pert did path-breaking research on neuropeptides. I'll not get into that. I will not, but I will just suggest you, I will give you a name of a book. If you can note it down, maybe later, I will also type it here. Candace Pert. The name of the book is Molecules of. You may look for this book. You can also look for in her YouTube videos. Though she is not there, her videos are there, and she's a very great scientist. She got the highest scientific award in US. She worked on. She isolated those peptides and group them happy chemicals. And these happy chemicals are secreted whenever you are stressed. And these happy chemicals are actually growth chemicals for your brain. They help us to grow. They also strengthen our immune system. But what happens? They found, I'll come to this, but they found very, very interesting things happening. And that's what you will have to understand. Later research found that people who have this belief, the belief system, that stress is bad for me, stress is negative, and they have not learned or they have not gone through certain exercises which can convert their stress, they have been found later to have cardiac problems. But people with the same amount of stress, similar stress, but they knew that stress is good for me. Whenever I am stressed, I am at my best. When I'm taking this session, do you think I am not stressed? Yes, I am stressed. I should be, but I know that this stress is actually positive for me. Because whenever, there is a mechanism, whenever you are stressed, if you develop a habit, because habit, I'll come to habits later, how those habits are formed, that you associate stress with that you smile. Our brain all the time is scanning our body, our facial expressions. It's scanning. It has a great scanner. Every moment it is scanning. How your finger feels, how your feet feels, everything. It has a registry there. And when it scans and says that you are very grim, you are very sad looking, it knows something is wrong, you are sad, so it actually does the order. It actually brings out the protective things for you, and it draws certain chemicals which actually might not help you. But if it scans that you are happy, so whenever I am stressed, I say, I am happy. And suddenly the brain understands that. It says, okay, he's smiling, that means he's happy. And if he's happy, I'm happy. So you need certain different types of chemicals. And that is how. But as I told you, that some people, when they have been told their belief system rests on the fact that stress is bad, and that thoughts that it is bad, I will have a heart attack, I will have, that thought itself triggers certain action within the body. And what it does, those chemicals, they actually impact our immune system. Candace Pert, the name, she used this term, psychoneuroimmunology. It's a very interesting field, psychoneuroimmunology. Though I directly do not do research on psychoneuroimmunology, my wife does research on psychoneuroimmunology. She worked on AIDS patients, all sorts of patients. But I can tell you this much, that psychoneuroimmunology is basically said that your thinking, your thoughts creates certain molecules, and that's what they say, that something called nothing. So nothing, it comes. It's not nothing, but it is your thoughts which actually has an impact on secretion of certain chemicals or molecules. And those impact, if you have negative, if you negatively look at something, if you focus, if you say, okay, this is bad, this is going to harm me, this is going to be a threat, then it will become a threat. Your immune system will be, so the brain will immediately get activated. It will do something which will break your immune. Rinky Channel has asked that, sir, do any sweet food items help to relieve stress? Momentarily. Momentarily, I will talk about it, because you whenever you are stressed, you need more energy, because fight and flight response, I'll come to that. Actually, we have preempted it. But yes, but it is not a good thing in the long run. I will also talk about it. Why it is not a good thing. The core thing about how you think, and it affects our immune system. Now, stress has been linked, high stress, continuous stress, and those who have negative thoughts associated with stress, they have or they exhibit one or more of such problem, and we all put together, we call them psychosomatic disorders. Psychosomatic means psychological factors which is affecting soma, means your body, which affects our body. So heart diseases, cancer, depression, anxiety. But I'll tell about cancer, I'll tell you. There are interventions done. And those interventions, and I'll also talk about those interventions, exact interventions that have been in practice. They find that they have arrested the growth of cancer as such. There's a documented research. And same thing with depression and anxiety, stroke, all sorts of. I mean, my wife was working on the AIDS patient, and they found that certain type of intervention, psychological intervention, arrested the growth of certain cells, which actually help them to control or manage their problem, AIDS problem. Gastrointestinal problems, diabetes, lungs ailments, and all that, asthma. So this is the model. All of us would like to have this model. We are born. I am happy. When we are born, all of us are born with some stress tolerant capability. And this is what we call our stress tolerance limit. Sorry. Okay. Stress tolerance limit. The stress tolerance limit we can increase, like for example, it's like your muscle. If you don't do any exercise any time in your life, you don't do walking, jogging, what will happen to your muscles in the long run? Yes. I need some, I don't know whether all of you have So if brittle, the muscles will not develop. So you need to exercise, Same thing, we need a different type of exercise to increase our stress tolerance capacity. The many pressures, multiple pressures. You see pressure of the society, pressure of the family, pressure of organization, all these things, they come and pressurize us. And when the pressure is too much, when we are not in a position to handle these pressures, it crumbles and there's a breakdown of personality. We will not allow it to happen. Personally thought that if I go to college, this homework problem will go. But in college, there was another sort of problem. When in the college 8 year, if I get a good job, all my problems in life will be over. I get a good job. When I get that job, the job that I aspired to be, and I get the job, after that I think I need to have something else. So it is never. Then children get settled, and so on and so forth. It goes on and on and on. So the stress is constant. Stress will be there, only the stressors, what causes stress will be different. So you cannot, please understand, anyone here who believes that I can run away from stress, it's not possible. Many babas and charlatans and anyone tells you, be stress free. Boss, life is about stress. We should be stressed. Because there is no stress, no life. Are you getting this? Stress is our greatest friend. Stress has helped us to grow as individuals. All those hormones get secreted. That which helps us to grow. Growth hormones. Without stress, we could not have done that. Stress is the primary driving force for all human beings. Therefore, we should not run away. No one should try. The only way, one person, I'll tell you this story. One man is good so that you can be free of stress. Where do I be free of stress? He goes to Himalayas, becomes a yogi. He gets into a cave. And he does all his penance and all that. So one of the disciples from America comes, meets him, says, Yogi ji, you are doing fine, but you should spread your knowledge. He says, okay, I need to spread. So what should I do? Well, you should open a school. And Yogi ji opens a school to teach the yoga to make people stress free. But what happens? In the process, he creates an empire. And now he has to manage. So yoga is gone. He's only managing his empire of this great business, because everything one goes to another leads to another leads to another, and this is life. Life is always stressful. So one stress. But people, there are two types of people. Yogi ji has learned one thing. There are two types of people. One type of people, they have stress and they say that I have stress, and they say that stress is very bad for me, so it will harm me and it will ultimately harm the person. There is another type of person who says, stress is my friend. Stress will help me grow. So I will push myself harder. I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. Anyone who has ever jogged or run, in the morning you go for a walk, but after some 2 rounds or 3 rounds, you will feel, oh my God, I am not able to do it anymore. But that is the barrier that comes to you. You say, I will push. Some people, what they do, they give up at that point in time. They say, okay, after 2 runs, I will not do because I am not able to. There are some people will say, let me do 1 more round after that. Now, after the 3rd round, they suddenly feel it is okay. 4th round, you feel okay. So a barrier will come at one point in time, but you will have to overcome. You force yourself to overcome that barrier, you go to the next level. And that is how do you deal with stress. So stress is a natural part of our existence. So you'll have to accept stress. But you have to accept stress as a positive thing in your life, as a friend in your life, that with stress, it will come, it will go. For example, whenever there is a stress, this is the first thing I'm telling you. Earlier in life, always remember this, you had faced stressful experience. It has come and it has gone. So if a new stressful experience comes, this has come and this will also go. They are like clouds in our life. In the sky, the clouds come and clouds move away. Similarly, stressful, if it has come, it will also go away. Nothing is shashwat, nothing is permanent. Everything is transcendentally, it will transcend. So, how do we increase the stress tolerance? So, so as I told you that someone asked me about it, perception, how do you link perception? Perceptions are based on our belief, selective experience, need states, and I will get into this. So you will have to, first thing is reprogramming your mind. First of all, belief system. There are certain beliefs. Oh my God, if this goes, heaven will fall. What will happen? The first belief system, first thing you will have to break, what we call is that you will have to become mindful. Mindful and our mindfulness practice is the first step in practice of mindfulness, first step in attacking your belief system. For example, most of us, either we think of our past or we are overly upwardly thinking about our future. One side you have past, another side. What happens when you are thinking in terms of past and future? Always. What is happening to you? My question is to you. What is happening to you? Yes, yes. Yes, Sandhya madam. Yes.
Either we think about, while we are thinking about the past, we carry out all the memories which were either bad or good, or what we have to do, we think about the future, but we don't stay in the present, sir.
You
So expectations.
lose the goodness of the present,
Present,
because
yeah.
your present is preparing you for future. Look, past, what has happened? Can you step into the same river twice? No. Time does not wait. So the river is not the same. Similarly, our past, we cannot undo things. We call it those who think too much about past. If this would have happened in my life, that would have happened, I could have become like Shahrukh Khan. If I had gone, instead of going for a PhD, I should have gone to Mumbai. Are you getting this? I should have gone to National School of Drama in Delhi. I should not have enrolled in a master's in psychology. I should have gone to National School of Drama, and then I could have become. Now, if I start thinking about it, what will happen to me? Yes. Yes, what will happen to me if I start thinking in that fashion?
We will never become anything.
Exactly, I will lose my present. We call it, and you can write it down, we call it counterfactual thinking. It is counterfactual because that will not, we do not know what would have happened. Had I gone to NST, what would have happened? I could have been an utter failure in the film industry. I would have got some crowd role in some crowd, and I would have become an utter failure, and I would have committed suicide like many actors do. That would have been the end of it. It is my fortune that I went to, I was very, very fortunate. I call myself, and remember this, you can write it down, and always believe that in this world, I am the damn lucky fellow. DLF. Why DLF? Why damn lucky fellow? Because I have something called a life. I can enjoy the beauty of this nature. I can live with things that I get. Whatever I get, I am happy with that. And I am, look, I have, when I think, sometimes all of us in our life, we will meet with some issues, some problems. Whenever you are depressed, whenever you are sad, please remember, you can note it down always. Whenever you are sad, think of people who are less fortunate than you are. I always think, my God, sometimes I become sad. I said, look, I'm so fortunate. I have two eyes. At present, I have two hands. I have two legs. Even if I have so many things which many people who are less fortunate than I am do not have it. That's why I'm lucky to have it. That's why I say I'm damn lucky fellow. I'm damn lucky fellow to have a brain inside a skull, which is maybe, so to say, roughly it is intact and it's an average brain. And I should be thankful, full of gratitude. I'll talk about gratitude. I should be full of gratitude. So I'll have to attack my belief system that, most people, and this is what Kahneman also talked about, most people focus on what they do not have.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Sir. Tell me, sir, please. Akshay I think Akshay.
How belief system work on stress management, sir? How belief system?
This is the belief. You have a belief. I am saying that usually the tendency of people is to focus on what they do not have. rather than shifting that focus to what you have. That is how you attack your belief system. Once you attack, you say, first of all, the first proposition that you need to develop is, my God, I am, Akshayji, you should tell yourself, I am so damn lucky fellow that I have two hands. I have two eyes. There are very many people in this world that do not have. I'm so lucky that I am not worrying about my lunch. Somewhere I'll get the lunch. There are thousands of people, millions of people in this world, they're not sure about their lunch. Moment we focus on the positive, we change our beliefs about ourselves. Some people have developed a habit, and that's where we need to break a habit of thinking in terms of what they do not have. The moment you start thinking of what you do not have, you will always have a problem. Are you getting this? You will always have a problem. Stress will come from some side or other side. So you need to tackle that. Change your perception about things, which I have. The third is, I have already talked about it. The third is adopt new ways of living. You know, on a great study, studies after studies, not one, on happiness studies, they tell us one way to become happy. In fact, nowadays we don't talk about stress because people ask me to talk about, I only talk about happiness. Stress is a gone thing. There's no stress. Happiness, how to become happy. One fundamental thing for human beings, because you see, large part of our living entire life we had spent, our species had spent large part of its life in the forest. It used to run. Everyday human being used to run from 50 kilometers, 30 kilometers we used to go for hunting. So my request, all of you, those of you who do not have any physical element, physical problem, and this is a practice. First step, if your legs are fine, please do walking, jogging, running every day. Best time, and you want a stress reduction, don't worry about stress. Focus on your running, focus on your jogging early morning. What happens when you, early morning, when you go, run, jog, walk, dopamine is secreted. Your growth hormone is secreted. The brain immediately experiences it, it starts. So that is the first physical activity, physical thing, doing things by hand. I'll tell you, very recently, something sad thing happened in my family, in my wife's family. My wife had a brother, relatively young, about 50 years of age, and then he was the only son of his parents. And just about 3 weeks back, he met with an accident and passed out. Motorcycle accident on a high road, and he passed away. So his father, who is 82 years bedridden, his mother is 79 years old, and they were devastated. So we were there, I was there with them. And very interesting thing I saw, at 4 o'clock, my mother-in-law had woken up. She was crying, but she started doing something. She started cleaning the house. She started. So other people later on, they said, why are you doing all this? I said, allow her to work. More physical work you do, less is your stress. Absolutely. It is proven records here and that. You engage in physical activity. You engage in cognitively challenging activity. What of stress? Stress that caused by loss of a son is also gets reduced in your old age when you lose a son, young son, and it's most devastating thing for most people. But you can reduce it through doing such things. You can reduce. You cannot eliminate the stress. That the sadness caused by it cannot be eliminated, but it can be reduced. And it can be reduced. Physical work, do physical exercise, get involved in physical work, get involved in cognitively challenging work. I'll come to that. Cognitively. If you don't have anything, take a rod to exercise. The best is go to a gym or something. Don't take your motorcycle, scooter, or car to the market. Just walk the distance, carry the vegetables. All things you do physically, once you are, then you will find the stress is going down, and you will not remember about stress. Then another billion, sorry, 4 P's, it's not 5 P's, it's going on. So one is, problem with most of us, we think that everything is permanent. Oh my God, this has come to me, this is going to stay. No, it's not going to stay. You know, many of us, very wrongfully, we think, okay, I am here, I am starting here. My start is not my destination. My destination will be something else. And between the journey, I'll tell you that when I was talking about mindfulness, focus on the present, I'll tell you one thing. If you are going for you just reflect on your own experience. You want to go to a place for a vacation. I want to go for a vacation near a sea beach. I will sit there. You start thinking about it. You start thinking that, okay, I will go there at the sea beach. I will have a lounge chair and I will lie there and I will have my drinks and I will watch the beautiful sea or the hills. But remember that the place you have started from your home to the sea, while you are thinking all this, you are missing something. What is that you are missing? Yes. What is that you are missing there? When you are journeying at it, you are thinking about that destination. Any answer?
Present.
You are missing the enjoyment that you will derive, that you are going, the journey from A to B, the journey is so excited, full of excitement, so many things. You are missing out the scenery, you are missing out the journey you are missing. And you will have to focus on the journey. Always you are thinking in terms of end result. There is only one end result that is true for all of us. What is that end result that is true for all of us? We'll die someday.
Death.
Yes. But should it stop us from doing things? No. So we should not think about the end result. We only think about the journey. Today, I will make this path. And this journey has to be great. So nothing is permanent. Everything will go. Everything will. It's not personal. Why me? There's a tendency in people to say, oh God, why have you done it to her? Nothing personal. It happens. It's an accident. It's a chance. There was this great tennis player, Arthur Ashe. He won Wimbledon thrice. American tennis player. He got cancer. And he got cancer. Then journalists were interviewing him. Then they were, while talking, they said, one journalist made a comment, don't you think that God has been unfair to you by giving you cancer? Then after he started smiling. He said, why should I say that? There are hundreds and thousands of people in America, young boys, hundreds and thousands of young boys who play tennis. Only 50,000 become professionals, maybe 5,000 go to the circuit. When I went to that, did I say to God, oh God, why me? Why have you chosen me to play this game? Why not the other fellow? Why not that deprived fellow? When something wrong happens to you, you say, oh God, what have you done to me? Why don't you say, oh God, I'm so blessed that I have this thing with me. I have my eyes, I have my brain, I have my hands. Certain other things will happen. Maybe I am so fortunate. I am a damn lucky fellow. Many others are deprived of that. After I said, that he told the journalist that, look, when I went to Wimbledon, I became a champion. I did not tell God, oh God, why have you made me champion? Why you did not make that other fellow the champion, my opponent? I did not say that. Today I have got cancer. Does that mean I will say, oh God, why have you given cancer? Why not to the other fellow? Are you getting this? So, do not take it personally. It happens. Good things happen, bad things, and every person. You may know this story of Buddha, when a lady, her son was dead, and she goes to Buddha and says, God, can you bring life back to this child who has died? Buddha said, yes, it's possible. Why not? It's possible. Why not? You bring a handful of rice from a household where no death has ever happened. No one has ever been sad. It's not true. We could not get it. We'll have to accept that life will give us good things. It will also give us bad. Unlucky. We may be, at times, we may be very unlucky. The boy who left us, he had 35 years of riding a motorcycle. When we are from the age of 16 or 15, he was riding a motor two-wheeler. His father's Lambretta, then a motorcycle. And after 35 years of riding two-wheelers, he makes a small decision, a mistake. He gets into a puddle where the motorcycle skids. He's not able to judge. It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. It can happen. It can happen to all of us. But that does not make us thinking about it, that it will happen. I should not take it personally. Second is all purpose. If it happens only with me, why not only with you, with several people? Therefore, there is a need to reprogram our mind, give suggestions, and reprogram our mind. Our mind is based on conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. So first thing you will have to, and this states of consciousness, these are the different states of consciousness. But when we are subconscious, our mind registers things, instructions. It takes instructions. So first of all, it is that we call it trance, or we call it subconscious. That state is there when you are going to sleep, you are about to sleep, but you are not asleep. Most of you have done that, self-suggestion. You have done it. For example, when you don't have an alarm clock and you want to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, what do? Usually, you suggest to yourself, I will wake up at 4 o'clock. And lo and behold, when you go to bed, before you instruct yourself, I'll wake up at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you wake up at 4 o'clock. That is the power of your mind. So auto suggestions you give, you say, things will be better. I am feeling cool. Nothing is happening to me. So I cannot. Yes. MT Tariq Khan. MT Tariq Khan. Can I get the question? Yes, sir. Mr. Subrat Dutt, I said it on slide 4 P's are there. I announced it that it's 4 P's, it's wrongly written 5 P's. Sorry for that. Subrat Dutt has pointed out. At that time I told that it is 4 P's, not 5 P's. Anyway, let me get back to this. So you do auto, and what is the suggestions that you will do? That though online it is not possible, I cannot teach this technique online. It is not advisable to teach it online. It has to be face to face. At least people when they are in the crowd in front of me, I can do that. But I can give you a suggestion that you sit. Are you able to see me sitting? Let me move the camera a bit, a little bit of this. You see, I am focusing this camera to my leg. Are you able to see my feet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is on the ground. I am sitting in a chair, and the chair has a cushion here, and so sit in a slightly comfortable position. But your spinal cord should be straight. And just a minute. So your spinal cord should be straight. Your hands, palms open, and it rests like this. Arms straight, and then slowly close your eyes. We cannot do this, but I'll just demonstrating it. And take a deep breath inside. Take a deep breath inside, and then slowly release it. You take it continuously for some time, and after some time, you take a deep breath inside, hold it for 1 minute. Maybe you start with 1 minute, 30 seconds. You start with 30 seconds, 1 minute, gradually increase it, and then you release it slowly. Do it at least for 15 minutes. Then you close your eyes, then stretch as much as possible, look up. Are you able to see my palms, hand? I have no way of seeing that.
No, sir.
So you look at up, stretch and stretch as much as possible. Make your body feel it that you are stretching, stretch, look up. Then this one, come back and hold it hard. Your hand is held and push it hard, your head and your palm. Move it hard. It's very, very tight. Very tight. It's very tight. And then move to your left, straight, right, straight, left, right. And do like this for about 10 minutes. Then again stretch, it come back and then relax, and slowly do this. We call it systematic desensitization, that you are putting your body under stress. The whole body is stressed now. Then you relax. Relaxation, stress. Stress, relaxation. Straight, you go through this journey. Once you go through this journey, your body will learn to relax when it is under stress. So your thoughts will come back. And you will, I was a personal, I'm sharing with you. Like about 10 years back, 12 years back, I went to the doctor. I usually go for a checkup here. And he checked up my BP, blood pressure. And he said that, Professor, you are having some blood pressure. And I will give you up. I'll write you a pill and you have it. And looked at, and he's a friend, of course. So I told the doctor, it's good that you think good for me and think well of me and you are prescribing this medicine. But let me try my own way. And whether I will require, and I will come back to you after 1 month, and then you tell me whether I require this pill or not. I knew that time my life was in a very, very different troubled state. My parents, both the parents had passed away in quick succession, and I was slightly more stressed. And I did, so I was not doing certain things I was doing earlier. So I again got back to my rhythm, my meditation and my walking and all that. I went back to him just after 1 month. He's Dr. Balchadani, my very history is still here. And then I told him, you check my blood pressure and tell me whether I need a pill. He said, no, you don't need. Now every time I go to him, he checks and everything, my ECG, my stress test, and he says, no, you don't need any pill. The point is that many things are reversible. I have talked about mindfulness, I have talked about this, and last one, I will just tell you that, there's many terms are used, but I am using a global term, meditation. Meditation, it does not that you pray or something. No, no, no. That is, you just close your eyes, relax, you breathe in and breathe out, and allow if thoughts come to your mind, allow the thoughts to come in and allow them to go. They're like clouds. They will come and go, come and go, come and go. Focus on the thing. And I think you will be, and think that positive reprogramming is this. There's no other medicine. There's no formula. The positive reprogramming is this. I am a damn lucky fellow. And that is what we will have, and you will see that. Don't forget your daily exercise. Don't forget your meditation practice. Don't forget, daily exercise is a must. Without that, you will not achieve it. Daily exercise is a must. You cannot, otherwise you cannot beat stress. Meditation, your breathing out, which I showed just now, you'll have to do for half an hour. And the third element is food. That have a balanced diet, very balanced diet. And once you have start having a balanced diet and not very rich, very oily and very hot and all that, I think you will have a very good, stressful, stressless life. And I don't talk about this. You will have a happy life. And that's all. Thank you so much for being so patient with me and listening and participating. Thanks a lot. Satya Garg, I see that your mic is open. You want to say something, sir?
No, sir. It's okay. Thank you, sir.
So thank you. It is
Thank you, sir.
4 minutes past. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so very much, sir. And I'm really indebted to you because no, we are here with a lot of stress, by the way. The pandemic on the background, the people, the job loss, a lot many things that is coming in. There is a social stress, there is a psychological stress, there is a social stress and a cultural stress. There is a social and a cultural stress, and there are so many other stresses that is giving us a point where we are not here to cope up with. And you have asked, given us a beautiful presentation on perception. How do you perceive? And then number two is the stress management. By that, I hope that the future leaders and present leaders, then upcoming leaders, or whatever. Now, at the end of the day, we are going with a leadership program, but this is going to be definitely help all of us, all the participants around 107 right now, and the people. I'm going for a live over there in the YouTube link also. Hopefully, everybody will be benefited out of that. And with the stress management, you are talking about the how to control yourself, and from the blood vessels, from the theories to the practice, from practice to the utility of that, and what best can be taken. And you've taken up questions, and it is it is not man ki baat, brother. Okay, and anyway, it's good that you have taken all the things into your, in all of us, infused rather all the concept, and hope all of my fellow participants will be definitely benefited out of it. And I personally, I bow to you and thank you for the, because with a little time, though your brother-in-law passed away, you were there in so much of stress, but the smiling face that shows that you are controlled, sthita pragya, and that you are. Thank you so very much. And I hope in the coming sector we have any programs, will give you a call. And I am sure that thanks, Dr. Panda, to introduce you to me, by the way, because I was asking him and he told that he's a great man. Why don't you call him? And thank to the Vice Chancellor, by the way, and thank you, and your good friend, by the way. Okay, namaste, and I hope you will be coming to us sometimes when you are visiting Hyderabad. Thank you. Thank you all, and we are getting back at 2 o'clock. Thank you so very much. Thank you.